Hello again, this is David James from David James Games. We're going to take another look here at one of the variations of my Play on Words game. There are numerous ones in the deck, and you can play it like Rummy, you can play it somewhat along the lines of Scrabble, you can play it like Cribbage with a crib and all of that, or you can play it a little bit like Solitaire, like the Solitaire setup. Either play single player or even set things up in a way that you can play with multiple players and even teams. In this game, what we have 8 stacks, and typically we'd have 5 cards in each stack, and we would turn over the top card in every one of these stacks to begin play. But just for sample purposes, I've just put 3 cards in each stack so this game goes quicker, so you see kind of how things work at the end of the game. So we'll look at all of the different options here of the 8 cards to form one word of 3 or more letters. And I'm looking over everything here. What could I do? I could do fit, I could do this, all kinds of things, but I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to spell live. And the player that begins, they just take it and they construct it on their side of the table. So I'm going to go ahead and play live and put it down here. So L-I. Here is an interesting card. This is a flip card. One way it's a V, one way it's a Z. Kind of a cool option to have. So live. And there you go. No points are scored until the end when we count up the letters on our cards. So player 1 is gone. Player 2, they simply turn over each of the places that player 1 went, and we're going to see what we get. Wow, let's see. They again have to make one word of 3 or more letters, but they can play on their opponent's word if they have the right kind of card to put in there. Let's see, if I could have had an R, I could have had liver, oh my goodness. Or if I would have had an A, I could play alive. Or if there was an L up there, I could play lively. But there isn't any of those, so that's just the way it goes. I have to come up with a word from this. So I am going to do this. This is going to be kind of a funny one. T-O-O-T-H. And why not just play Toothy? The Toothy grin. Okay, so that completes player 2's turn. They're not able to play anything on this. So, and you can't just put an S at the end of something. That is not allowed for a play on. It can't just be an S or ES. You have to be more creative than that to steal something. So we're just going to go ahead. Player 1 is going to turn over from the spots that where the prior player went. And we'll just flip it over here. See what we come up with. Again, only a couple of vowels. We could do, let's see, hard to play on Toothy. That's a pretty tough word to play on. And you can even play in your own word. If I had a R or A, I'd play in my own word, but I don't. So what I'm going to do is simply make a word from this. I'm going to make this word. Let's see. I'm just going to put down, move this over, play it straight. E-Y-E-I. All right. Now you see that we have open spots, right? Well, the next player, when they go, they simply slide cards over from wherever they want to on other stacks to those spots and turn over underneath. What do we have here? Okay, so player 2 has Toothy. They need to make one word of 3 or more letters out of this, but they can play on this. They have an A that they could do for alive. So we're going to put this sideways, just so we know that's designated to go for alive. And let's see, otherwise, let's go ahead and put this one down. M A, whoop, match. All right. And we're going to take the A, slide it underneath live, slide this over to the other side of the table. So they've stolen a word. They have stolen that word. All live. Okay. Well, player 2 is looking like they're way ahead right now because player 1 only has I left. Let's see if they can come up with a word here out of this and maybe steal this one before the game ends. So here it goes. We turn over into any open spots. These other ones. There we go. Let's turn this over. Turn this over. What could I do? And what could I do to play on one of those words up there? I'm looking things over. Can't do matches. That's just too simple. But you can do things that like ER, ED, or Y. And as I look at things, I do not see anything. So I'm simply going to try to make as big as a word as I can. So I'm just going to put down S A N G. Sang. So not the biggest word in the world, but what else can you do? That's how things turned out. Player 2 goes, and if they can make something out of this, Gaff is not a word, faggy is not a word. So, but they can play on anything, and it cannot be done. So at the end of the game, you simply count up your letters on the words that you have. So there's 7 here, and player 2 has more. They have 5. This counts 2 here. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. They won 16-7, rather handily. So that is a quick version of the My Word, Your Word version of Play on Words.